Greetings, WordPress fanatics. Hey, just before the video starts, I want to remind you we have a WordPress developer night happening this Tuesday. I mentioned it in the video as well. However, just wanted to catch your attention in case you don't get to that point in the video. Join us at the Corona Circle City Center. It's our community center in Corona for a night to chat about WordPress web development. We'll be talking about new directions for the meetup. We have this venue for 6 months. Then afterwards, I've got another venue that's pretty much locked in, which I have to finalize, but we may be switching venues within 6 months. Just to let you know, heads up, please join us Tuesday at 7 p.m. Circle City Center. Peace. Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Various Smith here, and I am going to share with you a plugin I found. I think it's pretty awesome, and so I wanted to share it with you as well. And something called Bulk Block Converter. I wanted to experiment with this plugin briefly just to see what's going on. I know in many of our meetups we've talked about needing a converter or something to convert regular content in our posts and pages to blocks. So I figured I'd try this one out and do a quick screen share with it. So let's check it out. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to open our plugin page here in a separate tab, and I'm just going to close the rest of this stuff up here. But what I want to do is I'm going to open up desktop server first, and first I'm just going to create a new website with all of the fixings, some dummy content and dummy pages and things like that without Gutenberg. So that means first I'm going to have to install a WordPress website and take that WordPress website and create it with, or do kind of a rollback. There's a plugin called Rollback WP. Let's open desktop server here. Excuse me. Woo. Alright, gonna give desktop server privileges. Alright, administrator privileges. And it's early morning, but yeah, I'm gonna drink me a little bit of White Claw. Alright, so what I need to do is create a new development website, and I'm just gonna call this block converter. And this is just going to do a Gutenberg block, or create Gutenberg blocks. And I'm also going to install not the latest, but I'm going to go from 5.3, but I'm still going to do a rollback plugin on it as well. And so I'm going to create a new website called Block Converter, and I'm going to add the WP rollback plugin. I think it's WP rollback. There's one other plugin. I don't know if rollback allows you to do core, rollbacks to previous core WordPress websites, or I'm sorry, core WordPress installs, or if it's just for plugins. I think WP rollback is just for plugins, but there's another plugin that allows you to do it. So we're going to do that. We're going to add some content in it to have an old website. I mean, I think I may have other old websites and stuff like that, but for the sake of, getting, not messing up other things that I have, I want to do this way. Yeah. So we'll see. Now, normally, if you are installing Gutenberg onto a website that has a classic editor on it, then normally, so we choose English here, normally what it gives you, and we're just going to do like sample, we're going to do block converter, and the username, admin, we can leave the password there because we got double desktop servers, password override, or passwordless login, and dev at hellovelocity.com. Install WordPress. Let's see, what all do I have open? I got a lot of stuff open. And I'm probably going to have to go through and set up. Let's just go right now. Okay, so we got secured. I'm going to go ahead, admin right there. Bypass login. With bypass login, the desktop server is created. Now, what we want to do is we want to go back. We don't want to go forward because we're just testing this block converter. Let's just say a client has an old website. So we got Kismet and Hello Dolly. Let's just, for now, let's leave those alone. Let's just say, go back. Let's go back to add new plugins. And we're going to say roll back. Just going to search for a way to roll back our themes. And WP rollback, rollback are for any WordPress that are plugin. So WP downgrade is a specific core version to a specific core version. So this is not rollback, this is WP downgrade. So we're going to install WP downgrade really quick. And then we also need some dummy content. So let's just go ahead and get some dummy content, a dummy content plugin. And we're going to create a WP post generator, FakerPress, post duplicator. Let's just try FakerPress. It has high actual rankings, but I didn't even look at the reviews yet. But FakerPress, I think I've used it in the past. I've used a couple of the dummy content plugins. So we'll see. And I may break it all once I downgrade below 5.0. Let's go to install plugins now. And I think what I'm going to do first is I'm going to activate FakerPress and create some new content. So let's go to settings. Erase fake data. Let's go to post. Alright, so the post can be anything between, whatever number and whatever number. So, I guess let's just go anything between 5 or 7 and, let's go 7 and 15, just randomly. The date, choose a range for the post. Between yesterday, let's just say last 15 days. Till what's today, the 10th? Yep, till today. And the post types, let's use the post and pages. What posts can be chosen as parents? Actually, we don't have any posts, so nothing would go there. Actually, there's one sample post because obviously WordPress installs with the sample post. Allow comments, yes. Choose some author. Let's just go with the admin as the author. Use HTML on randomized post content. Sure. Image providers is placeholder and lorem pixum. Sure. So they're going to go with some fake images as well. Taxonomy fields, tags, terms. Okay. I think everything here looks fine. And we're going to, let's see, meta field rules. Use the fields below to configure the set of rules for your generated post. I don't want to change any of that. Let's just generate some fake content. So now we are generating fake content, and we're going to see how this fake content looks after we have generated it. So once this thing successfully generates some fake content, the next thing that we're going to want to do is we're going to want to create some actually not create, but we're going to do use the downgrade, WP downgrade. So we're going to downgrade the version below 5.0. Because below 5.0, you didn't have the, now that I think about it, I probably should have done the downgrade before I generated the fake content, but oh well, we'll see what happens. Yeah, let's just see if that messes it completely up. This is what you do when you try to do a quick tutorial, and you have not rehearsed or anything like that. So yeah, there was no rehearsal in this. So we'll see what happens. And it is generated. Okay, so we have some fake content now. And I'm going to go now to our installed plugins. And maybe I should check the content first to see if, where it's at. So let's see, all posts. Okay, we got a few fake posts in there. There we go, hello world and all of that stuff. I wonder if any of these posts have fake images in them. Oh, there we go, fake images right there. Now, I may have to delete this content because this was all created with probably the block editor. Let's just go to one of these and let's look at it. Let's see, edit. Yeah, it's all a block editor. Oh my goodness. Let's go back. Bear with me. Alright, so what I will do is pause the video and redo this. Actually, I'm not going to pause the video. I'm just going to delete. If you want to hang out with me a little bit more, you can fast forward the video. But it's all up to you. Delete those. Delete these. And then we're going to delete permanently everything. And go to pages and go to trash. And we can delete permanently everything. Now I may not have needed to do that, but oh well. Let's just go to our install plugin. Let's downgrade first. Let's activate. And let's see where our options at. So under tools, maybe. No, under settings, WP downgrade, there we go. And we are going to downgrade to a specific version. It doesn't give us a version number, but 4.98 is an example they give, so 4.98 seems fine to me. 4.9.8, and we are going to save. And now, okay, so let's see, WP downgrade active 1. WP 4.98 is set as target version. Warning, you are using this plugin entirely at your own risk to make sure you have a current backup, blah, blah, blah. All right, so the current version is still 5.32. In order to perform the downgrade, please go to update core. So now I'm going to go to update core. And I've set the target to 4.98. And let's go down. You have the latest version of WordPress. Few security updates will be applied automatically. If you need to reinstall version 4.98, you can do so here. So now it's gonna, that plugin allows me to go down to 4.9.8. This is before Gutenberg. And many people are probably maybe still on install before 5.0. I don't see why, but people have their reasons. So we are going. We still haven't even gotten to the block converter plugin yet. But let's see what we got here. Downloading, it's verifying unpacked files, preparing to install the latest version. Downloading, copying the required files. Okay, here we go. Let's go. Oh, just in case I hadn't reminded you, we have a WordPress developers meetup this week. Be sure you come and check us out. We have a new, oh, wow, we got some fatal warnings. Look at that. Woo. All right, so, yeah. So block converter dev, we got some warnings in there. Not fatal warnings, but we do have some warnings. Let's go to install plugins. That's right, join us at our dev meetup at the Circle City Center tomorrow, Tuesday at 7 p.m. We will have a great time. We will chat about developer-y things. And I went through a lot of pain to try to get this location, so I would be very happy if you obliged me and came to join us. We have this facility for about 6 months, and then afterwards, I do have someone else who may be less hassle than the Circle City Center, because I can tell you, this was a lot of hassle behind the scenes. Anyway, WordPress Developer Night for the Inland Empire WordPress Meetup is back on. So now we are down on 4.98. We downgraded. And by the way, we also need a projector. If you have a projector, we don't have a projector yet. We need a projector because the Circle City Center told me that they had a projector, but they ended up not having a projector. Now, I did look online. I saw some projectors that were available, and I'm not certain I want to, pull the trigger on buying a new projector myself, because obviously I don't have the money to do that right now. Anyway, if any of our members have a projector, we'd love to hear from you. All right, so now we downgraded WordPress, and it appears that we no longer have the plugin that helped us to create content, so our fake content. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and look at adding that plugin again so we can create some fake content. I don't know why it would have deleted the fake content, but we'll see. All right, so fake content. And we got post generators. Let's just do dummy content. It's probably dummy content. That's what we searched first time. All right, so we are FakerPress is active. Okay, but it's not showing on the plugins. But let's just go under tools, settings. Oh, FakerPress is right there in my face. If it was a snake, it would have bit me. All right, let's go ahead and create some fake content. So, like earlier, 3 till 15. Did type 1, but I meant 3. And then over the last 15 days. And then we're going to add pages in here as well. No parents. We allow comments. Author, admin. Post content 5 to 15. It's all good. All right, now we're going to create the real fake content that we did not create earlier because we had Gutenberg block editor active. And hopefully we don't get a fatal error. So let's okay, so it's all faked. New content is created, and let's go over here and let's look at our warning. Continue targeting switch is equivalent to break. Did you mean to continue to? So we got warning showing up here. We got some fake images. We got some real images. And it's almost time to get to where we actually test our plugin. So here we go. Now, if I were to, I'm on a post, P63, I did change permalinks, which normally I usually do at the very beginning of every project. Now, we've got some good old-fashioned content. Look at that. All right. So we got HTML inside of the editor, everything that we normally would, eschew while creating a WordPress website. HTML inside of the visual editor. Got a more tag. If we go to all posts, then we have a few posts, actually 2 posts here. One scheduled, one regular. And if we go to all pages, then what do we have here? Let's see, how many pages do we have? 3 pages. All right, great. Okay, we're good. Okay, so now let's go to plugins, the installed plugins, and we're going to need to add a new plugin, because the plugin that we are looking for is going to be bulk block converter. So here's the description. The bulk block converter plugin scans all post pages and classic content, then provides options to individually or bulk convert all the content within classic blocks to individual blocks. So what we need to do now is, from our created content on this fake website, we need to go in and upgrade our website, so that, because when we upgrade, we get classic editor blocks. If someone has an old school website, a bunch of old school content before Gutenberg, whenever they upgrade that, it turns into classic blocks. Okay, so now that's what we need to do. So let's just say we say, oh, you got an update. Okay, cool. Actually, before I do that, I probably need to set my target back to 5 to the most recent version. So we're going to go to WP downgrade, and we are going to need to just remove this. And then we're set our target version. Let's go to WP releases, because I think the most recent version is 5.9.3 or something like that. No, 5.3.2. All right, so let's just set our target to 5.3.2. I probably could just uninstall this plugin and it would just do just fine. But I like to do things the difficult way. So now that WordPress 5.3.2 is available, I can go to please update now. And let's do an update, because obviously our website is giving us warnings. We need to get our core upgraded. So now, hopefully we don't get a white screen of death by doing this upgrade, but we'll see. It's unpacking the update. It is downloaded the update. It's unpacking it. It's gonna next be unzip the update. I guess that's the same as unpack. Verifying the unpacked files, preparing to install the latest version. Copying the required files. All right, here we go. And we got our fake content. Ooh, all right. 5.3.2, we are up to date, baby. All right, so now what are we going to do? You're going to go to our post and not add a new one yet, but we're going to see that Gutenberg is enabled by default because Classic Editor plugin is not there. But what I want to do is I want to go see if we have some Classic Editor blocks. So now I'm going to click Edit here. We should get a Classic Editor block. Ah, there we go. Classic Editor. Okay, so this is a Classic Editor block. If you saw the title of it, then you saw this block. And it says, let's see, actually we can just go to our block navigator over here. And we can see Classic. It says Classic. It's the Classic Editor block. That's what we need. All right, so we know that's all in order. Now we go to add a new plugin. We're going to leave this because we didn't change anything, and we're okay. And now we are going to find our bulk block converter plugin. We're going to say bulk block converter here. Bulk block converter. And we're going to find the bulk block converter plugin. And there we are. So we're going to install this now. And let's see what options it gives us out of the box. Let's activate it. And once we have it active, let's see, where does it show up at? Does it show up under settings? Likely under tools. There we go, block conversion right here. All right, so under tools, we have a block conversion, bulk block conversion. This process will scan your post types for any content that may be converted to blocks. Then you can choose to convert posts to blocks individually or bulk. Convert all content to blocks. Please note, converting content to blocks is irreversible. We highly recommend creating a backup. So at this moment, if you're on an old website, make a backup. You should have a backup already, but make a backup if you don't have one. But just for our sake of our demonstration, we don't need to make a backup. This is local on desktop servers, so backups are not necessary. So we begin to scan content, and it scanned at 100% pretty fast. And we can see all of our posts listed. We got 2 posts, 3 pages that have content that can be converted. And we can actually, if you want to, right-click on each post and open link in new tab. If you want to preview it just before you do it and be like, oh man, I don't know if I want to convert this, you can do that. So I open a new tab and there it is, images and all that. Now, what we're going to do is I'm just going to open one of these images in a new tab just for the sake of looking, cancel that download, just for the sake of looking at it from the content. So I have a new tab open up here, but I want to look at the content in the actual classic post. And I want to see how they convert that block. Do they convert each paragraph? Do they convert, images into images? Or is it just like one big fat blob of content that they convert? So right now we got a classic editor, which is technically a big blob. And if I were to go here in classic mode and look at, oh look, there's a shortcut, convert to blocks. I don't know if that's the actual block converter tool, but let's just see here. If I go to edit or insert, not edit as HTML, I want to look at, let's see. I can change block type or style. Really, I just want to see the text editor, not the visual editor. This is a classic block. Go to document. Go to block. Go back to block here. Anyway, I don't want to spend too much time on this. But let's just, if we click on edit HTML, that's the same thing as our text editor. But then, we can go back to edit visually. So I guess that's the same between the visual editor and the text editor. So I'm just leaving this open in its own post so that when the blocks convert, I can compare. All right. So now I'm just going to convert all these blocks. Let's go to apply. Oh, I'm sorry. I should have chose a bulk action, which is convert. Or I could have clicked this button up here, bulk convert all, and we're going to apply. Now the one thing I noticed is there is a future tab for that schedule block. I didn't convert this one, so if I go to future, oh, it was under all, so I guess I converted all of them. So let's go now back to, so this is a post, and this post is fazer vel remporo simuliki ias amet. I do not know what that means. Probably shouldn't have pronounced it that well. So let's go back to all posts over here. And let's look at this. So this was the scheduled post. And this was converted. But I haven't refreshed this tab. I opened before it was converted. Now I'm going to open it after it's been converted. And I'm going to see the results. We are going to see the results. So let's go here. Under edit posts, and I've converted this block here, but this is the old version right here. You see this just one classic block, but let's go over here. Let's see how well this conversion did. Okay, so look, we have a title tag. Let's look at the block structure. Wow, look at that. Heading, quote, image, heading, list, more, heading, separator, list, image, heading, quote. So all of these things look the same, Now, obviously, the layout of it, which I probably should have opened in a new window before I converted the block, because the layout is going to be now a block layout. So that's the post before, but because I've converted it, I'm pretty sure it's the same thing on both sides. This is what it looks like after it's converted. I'm not certain it kept the same layout, which probably means the most. But it did do a good job of converting the blocks. It's something that I would experiment with a little bit more if I were you. And don't go in immediately to convert everything on an old website to a block. If you are uncertain about different types of content, I'm not certain how well this works with custom post types. Being that custom post types are simply posts, everything in WordPress is a post. It should work just fine. But if I were you, I'd give it a try. The bulk block converter, you should set up a local server using desktop server and give converting blocks a try. This is a new plugin. It was just released. It was updated a week ago. There's only 50 active installations, 50 plus active installations. But this is something that has been mentioned in our meetups time and time again. So check it out, the bulk block converter plugin, fresh. Actually, I read about this on WP Tavern. And they wrote an article about it. And so, you can go check out the article as well. Justin Tadlock, guy who wrote a pretty awesome plugin called Members. He sold it recently to MemberPress. But yeah, he wrote about this. He works for WP Tavern now. Check it out. It's a great deal, great plugin. And hope to see you at the next meetup.